The ASPB and Plant Physiology are steeped in a very rich history that stretches back 90 years. At its core is a foundation beautifully balanced between tradition and innovation. The first volume of Plant Physiology was published in 1926 and included 30 scientific papers. By the end of this first year, the journal had secured 86 subscriptions from libraries in the USA, Canada, Europe, and Japan. Today, Plant Physiology is recognized as the single most widely read and most highly cited of all publications in the plant sciences.
I'm Martin Crispiels. I'm an emeritus professor at the University of California, San Diego. Now, I took on to be the editor of Plant Physiology in 1992. The biggest challenge was to show our audience that something new was happening. And how can you show that something new is happening? In the publishing business, as everywhere else, image is reality. I decided to change the image of the journal, and in order to change the image, I did two things. First of all, I made the decision to put pictures, photographs, or drawings on the cover of the journal. Our first picture was a beautiful electron micrograph of the Golgi apparatus.
I'm a strong believer that people are everything. I worked very hard to try to find excellent people for editorial board for the Plant Physiology. My priority within the group was to make sure that the whole editorial board is extremely international. I want to have representatives from all countries where plant biology was active, and I want to have a high representation of women on the editorial board. So I was trying to stay as close as possible with the innovation, with the technology, with the scientific breakthroughs, and cover it as much as possible in journals. So therefore, very quickly, the journal became a journal that in plant biology field, people cannot afford not to read. We created special issues that covered really any breakthroughs in a particular area, and associate editors were in charge of this particular issue. We had spectacular covers that were prepared for us with support of ASPB that created a lot of interest, kind of in excitement about with the readers. We also were the first journal that embraced genome biology. We embraced breakthrough technology. We were the first really journal that published this type of research articles in plant field.
Well, I think that Plant Physiology has had an important leadership role in defining the standards for basic research, mechanistic research in plant biology. They've really set forth a balanced criteria for hypothesis testing. I think another thing that Plant Physiology has done in an important way is for plant journals, it's been at the forefront of bringing in modern technologies into publication. And so examples of this started out with online submission, online reviewing. That was quickly followed by things like open access, up before print, and it continues to this day. And so plant journals tend to be somewhat smaller than some of the big general journals, but Plant Physiology has always been at the head of the curve doing that kind of thing. I think one piece of advice that I have, and it's my thesis advisor should have given me this advice, and that is be ready to invent yourself, reinvent yourself, because if you're going to be in this business long term, it changes, and so the tools you use change, the questions that you ask change, and I think that if you look at people that have been successful a long time over their career, they reinvent themselves, and it was a conscious effort. It wasn't that things slowly changed. People came to the realization that, this question I've been asking or the tools that I've been using, they need to change.
Plant physiology has a long history as a broad church in which many aspects of plant biology come together, and it has maintained that tradition over the years. So while the interest of plant biologists has changed and the journal has grown with those changes, it has served a very broad community that spans from ecology and ecophysiology all the way through to molecular biology and now to synthetic biology and systems biology. I believe that's something the journal will continue to do in the coming years, and it's something that makes plant physiology unique amongst plant journals. My name is Mike Blatt. I'm the editor-in-chief of Plant Physiology. I'm also the Regius Professor of Botany at the University of Glasgow, where I've held post since 2001. I come from a background of cell biology and electrophysiology, and I continue to work on stomatal guard cells as a model system. But in recent years, I've been very interested in understanding how ion transport is coordinated together with membrane traffic. And it becomes increasingly obvious that cells have developed highly sophisticated mechanisms by which they coordinate these processes during cell development and expansion. It's very difficult to anticipate what publication will look like even 10 years from now. What is certainly the case is that as big data becomes more and more a focus of research and a means to gaining information, the journal, indeed all journals, will need to integrate their publications with large data sets, making it possible for readers to access this data directly through the journal. And I think this is a change that is going to happen without a doubt within the course of the next 10 years. We will be seeing the opportunities for readers to be able to access and even to manipulate data through the portals of the journal publications. So that is one of the big changes that I see in the future.